Okie doke. Give a few minutes here for everybody to catch up. Just want to close all my windows here. It's crazy. It's good. It's good. What's up, boys and girls? Let's go. Let's go. Good to hear, Reggie. Jose, how you doing? Let's go, guys. Let's go. Wow, man. Trading view has been lagging like crazy for me. You guys can hear me right? Oh, if you want to know where I'm based from, this is an easy one. If you want to know where I'm based from, this should be a dead giveaway. That should be a dead giveaway. Damn right. Damn right. All right. All right, we have enough people here. I think we can get started. Thank you. All right. So. What a day. What a week. Incredible stuff. I gotta say. Yeah, I'm a bit shocked with all the price action we've been seeing. Man, when it's bullish, huh? I mean, wow. So let's jump into it, right? Let's start by seeing, on a larger time frame, what's Bitcoin up to. See what we got here. So it's not Sting, is it? It's who are they? The Police? I think it's the Police that made that song. I'm recording this stream, yeah. The other one I didn't like too much. Sometimes I go over it and I'm not a big fan. Yeah, it's sometimes I go over the stream and for whatever reason it's choppy. I don't know. I always thought it was the Police. That's okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah. All right, let's get started. So yeah, I mean, just recently we just took a bit of a dive, but nothing to be concerned about yet. I mean, on a daily, it's pretty self-explanatory, right? Green means number go up. If we can, kind of reference every other time we kind of flip green. I mean, at least as far as this trend goes, right? Every time we kind of flipped green, we really took off here. So on a daily, man, if you're getting signals, to that this is bullish price action, I mean, you take it for what it is. It's bullish price action. We're coming back to test this high, and I'm gonna be honest with you. If I'm a bear, which I'm not, I'm clearly not. I don't know why you would be. Sorry, I got distracted there for a quick second. I mean, I'm not bearish here. I mean, I was hedged. I was hedged. I mean, I made some mistakes on this correction, and it was very frustrating, right? Before I cut myself off, I'll be honest, I had a long open. For all who don't know, or it's your first time tuning in and you don't partake in Walsh Wealth, I had opened a long around the 10K area. And I had held it the entire ride. I held it all the way to 42K, and I panic sold like a big baboon. In our group we call it a panic Peter, but I'm literally this guy right here. I left all this profit on the table when it was clear as day that it's time to correct. So it was a big mistake. You know, and let me try to remember what happened here. So I sold my long here, and I hedged, and I watched it go all the way back up, and then I opened and bought spot again, just to watch it get. I got chopped here like crazy, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's you know, but finally I made the decision at I made it for the group as well. 34.3k. I said, you know what, we're going spot long. You know, I don't see us testing any lower, right? It just doesn't make sense with the narrative right now to test any lower. It's just, you got to go with the trend, right? And the trend looks like it wants to resume upwards, so we're gonna do exactly that, right? And until we're proven wrong, and you want to know how we'll be proven wrong is if, you know, we fail to reclaim. I would say, you know, even if we come back right now and retest, you know, like that before going up, it's still bullish, right? Like it's more, are we gonna top out here and just kind of like, you know, roll over? And that's my biggest fear. But like, I'm still bullish, right? Because it suggests that we're still bullish here. Like the price action still suggests that, you know, we got some room to go up before we can really call a top here. This just looks like an honest correction here, and a lot of buying here. I'm not gonna lie. Like we spoke about this last week, where we were talking about Elon Musk being the factor for this like, you know, like this test pump here. I'm sorry, my chart's a mess, but like I remember clearly going over this, that like this felt more like a test pump, right? It's someone testing the liquidity here, and you know, kind of baiting shorts, right? It's tricky here, right? Because you have people that are really bullish here with a lot of money, and I don't know if this is the place to be selling. You could wait for good confirmation to know when it's time to sell. Right now, you want to look to get long. I'm not looking to short. I mean, I'm obviously not looking to long at this resistance here either, right? I much like, look, if you're not in a position right now, before I'm starting to go roadrunner and just going all over the place. If you're not in a position right now, you're flat, you're in US dollars, you know, I personally like, I don't recommend it, but like I would wait to reclaim above 40.2k, kind of go like that and then continue up before getting spot long again, you know. Or I would wait for like a healthy retest of 36, which is our moving average, right? So like I would wait for this, and then if you can bounce off that, then, you know, that's kind of bullish. So for Bitcoin, that's my strategy, right? Like if you're bearish, here's a place to short. I mean, you could short probably all the way up to 40k, stops above 40.2, and then I would call it quits. Like honestly, like I wouldn't allow myself to get like 10% gamma squeeze like that. Like it's too scary, bro. Like when you're going over all-time high of Bitcoin, like I don't want to. We saw what happened last time, right? We jumped like 4k in like an hour. It was like ridiculous. So you know, the shorters, they're gaining confidence here because I don't think there's much confidence higher. I think it's like a mirage. I think that the sells that you're not the sells, but like the walls that you're seeing at 40.2 are just people wanting to buy. Like I definitely do not think you want to short around 40k. You'd probably want to short here if you're bearish. I'm not bearish, so I don't recommend it at all. You want to be playing the trend, and if you're not in a position right now, stay flat, wait for confirmation. If we kind of round out here, then, you know, this might be a good place to hedge. I'm not saying to open a net short, but like you might, if you really want to hedge here and you're spot long, like, and you see that we're rejecting here, and we're not going to try and reclaim our recent highs and potentially go even higher, then this might be a place to hedge for you. But if you're already hedged, don't do the mistake I made back here. I was just an emotional little monkey over here. I was just dancing around here, and I was just screaming at the world, right? So like we all get caught in these, you know. Just it's about how fast you could pick up the fact that you're getting chopped, and then just wait out, because it really takes that one move to the upside to really, you know, make up those chop losses. Like you shouldn't expect to make much profit in a chop loss. You should actually be looking to preserve your capital as much as possible when you're in a chop. So I know it's hard, man. I know we see Bitcoin run 10% in one day, and you guys think that, you know, it's never gonna, you know, you're never gonna get a chance to buy here again. But like it's so volatile, right? So we gotta be really careful. But that's my opinion on Bitcoin right now. What it does right now, honestly, you could pay close attention here. I mean, we're going into the weekend, but I'll be honest, it's looking quite healthy. I mean, I'm not too concerned. I'm just not concerned. If we go to Ethereum, now this is the one I know everybody really wants to talk about. It's has been pretty bonkers in a good way. I mean, sometimes I got the right idea, but like the time frames. This is why I don't like trusting time on a trade. It is what it is. I said we would do this, and I know we would test here. So it's pretty interesting, right? How like it kind of worked out, but this is why sometimes when you set stops too close or too prematurely, you just get stopped out of a really good trade. So not always good to move your stops all the time, but when a market's really volatile, it's it really really depends on your risk strategy, of course. But as you can see, sometimes you can get faked out on a really good trade. Like I would have probably moved my stops here, but for some reason on ETH I just felt super bullish and didn't see a reason to, so I kept it. So I'll go to this Ethereum chart because this is the one we trade swaps on, and as you can see, I already layered it out. We filled right here. I mean, you guys saw it. I called this. When was it? I called this in the morning, the night, like the day before, and it took a while. Like I called it here. I saw this, pocket of demand being built, moving away from prices way too quickly, and I believe if you go more on like a 1 hour time frame, I think you see it better. No, not even. Yeah, no, it was on the 50-minute time frame that I took it. But anyways, yeah, like I called it here. I watched price go away, and it was like, oh, should I FOMO in? Should I FOMO in? Clearly not, right? Even when we came to touchdown here, everybody's like, oh, do we cancel the bids or do we FOMO in? I'm like, no, I feel like we can kind of like just W down and kind of retest the order. I mean, we didn't even hit the order block, so we're probably just going to get sold into it. So that's exactly what happened, and we caught a nice, I want to say it's a 9% move, but like, we took profit right here. We played it safe. We took profit at this resistance, which it rejected. If you're really scalping, up and down, this was a nice trade for you. You got here to here, and then you could have, rebought here, and sold here. Perfect indication telling you that we're kind of topped out in the short term. If you're a short-term trader, nice profits. This is a great trade, and I'm still in this. I'm not getting rid of it. I don't care. Like it's obviously bullish. The funding is getting expensive. Like don't get me wrong. This is not like the Bitcoin long where I was getting paid to hold it, and I was getting paid to hold the Bitcoin long. This one I'm like paying like fucking $400 a day. What is this? My employee at this point. Like this is crazy. But it's appreciating so fast, so you don't really notice it. But like, yeah, definitely don't want to be paying CZ minimum wage. You know what I mean? Like it's annoying. Do I think getting out of alts to go all in BTC is a good idea? There's cycles. I think in the short term, if you try to time these cycles, you're just gonna hate yourself. For reasons being that like nobody can understand how this market moves up and down to a T. Anybody that tells you that is selling you snake oil. I think it's important to flip at pivotal moments. Are we at a pivotal moment? Like I said with Bitcoin at 40.2, I think that's when you'll have your answer. Because if we go into price discovery on Bitcoin, I mean, unless you have like the most ridiculous entries and you have no problem holding throughout these cycles, I would like for spot bags. I'm not gonna recommend what to do with spot bags. I mean, I don't want to be that guy that tells you to sell and then it runs 400 more percent. I'm not gonna say that, but there is a clear moment where you should be spot long Bitcoin and not flat. Is pretty much what I'm trying to say. Because then if you have to buy back in after Bitcoin, legs up another 40%, it's gonna hurt. You're gonna see that. Oh my God, I have to pay this much for this much satoshis. Like it's starting to hurt now. And when you see like it, man, Bitcoin used to be cheap. It's not cheap anymore. It's actually it's heartbreaking when I see how little it buys me now. It's you wish you had more time. Can I explain cycles? I mean, it's your typical Wall Street cheat sheet. Like a real market cycle. It depends. This one's 24/7. It's not like other market cycles. It's a bit different, right? And it's performed unlike other market cycles. So I don't want to say new paradigm because that's when top is in. But it's kind of a new paradigm. You just gotta it's just buy and hold forever at this point. Next, ETH supply area. I mean, we're in price discovery. So what is supply? You know, look at all the supply moving off the exchanges. You gotta look at this realistically. Is that there's just not a lot of supply on exchanges, and you know, I follow a lot of people on Twitter, but like there's very few people that I listen to. I follow lots of guys on Twitter. I think they're funny, but actually know what they're talking about, and it's free alpha, and they don't have to tell you this, you know. And I'll tell you who they are. It's Kyle Davies and Suzu. I'm sorry if I mispronounce his name, but these guys know exactly what they're talking about. They know this space better than everybody, and that's all you need to know. You know, it's these guys told you. They told you that you know, it's time to get long here. They also told you when they were selling. I mean, they're very cryptic about when they tell you they're selling, but they were selling 36 to 42. They sold that. And they bought back lower. So yeah, it's you guys probably already follow them. It's I'll actually go on my Twitter. Wow, my computer's like really wow. Okay. Zoo. Where the hell is this guy? Okay. This guy. He's a beast. He's a beast. He I forgot what he wrote. Hold on, I'll try and find it without, you know, getting too off topic. But he's pretty much indicating, oh, right here. This is crazy. Look at this. What if OTC ETH block buyers know that they can't get filled for size via buying pure spot, as there's not much spot left on exchanges? So they buy derivatives, which induces retail to bet against, then later unwind spot versus derivative. That's insane. So what he's implying here is that this high funding is to bait retail into selling to them. That's crazy. Because there's just not enough spot on exchanges for them to buy as much as they want. So if you knew that 3 days ago, ETH was like, when did he post that? I can't remember. He posted this 2 days ago, and if you look at the price 2 days ago, well, you have your fucking answer here. Hold on. Let's take a look. He posted that like, man, it was before these huge candles. It was like posted like right here. It was posted like right here. It was like $200 ago. That's insane. You know, if you can catch on to these guys, the guys that have their real money where their mouth is, you jump on, man. He's actually a beast. And then you have his partner, and these guys are part of Three Arrows Capital. So you know, what's it called? Who's I looking for again? Jesus. Okay. I have a memory of a goldfish sometimes, guys. Sorry. Kyle Davies, co-founder of Three Arrows Capital. These guys have more skin in the game than all these other CT cartoon characters. These guys know what they're talking about. They're boring when they post, and it's just because it's educational content, but they know what they're talking about. You know? All due respect to everybody else, but they meme way too hard. You don't know if they're serious. You know? They meme way too hard. It's kind of annoying. But yeah. Some really key characters to follow in this game, and they know exactly what they're saying. Lark Davis. Did I really say Lark Davis? I don't think I did. Sue is a beast. He really is, and he doesn't ask for anything, man. These guys know where it's going, right? BTC pairings and USDT pairings. I mean, one is the value of this altcoin in Satoshis, and one of them is the value of this altcoin in US dollars. So what do you value Satoshis, and what do you value US dollars? So you gotta compare these two. There's a time to alternate these, but I'll be honest, I'm not that much of an OG to know how cryptocurrency cycles go. Like I know how to trade. These little cryptocurrency alternations is something that you've had to have been in the space for a long time. Like I've been here since late 2016, but like never got into that cycling of, you know, USDT to Satoshis to alt pairings to. I'm not too good at that. That's like a crypto Twitter thing. Like they're really good at that. It's being in the space for so long. They know the cycles. And for me, I just trade technicals. I trade supply and demand, what I could see on a chart and what I could see on any other commodity or preferred stock or common stock. It's my what's it called? My what's the word I'm looking for? My system or my strategy is just basic price action and demand. People buying and selling. It's not really based on niche specific strategies like switching from alt pairings and BTC pairings, right? Lark Davis. I don't think so. I don't think so. But yeah, it's there's a cycle of getting into that, and there are some really good guys that are good at this. I don't know any off the top of my head, but there are that are good. Oh man, I know someone that's really good at this. I'm gonna give him a shout out here because I really like what he's up to these days. Where is he? Invoker, where are you? There he is. This guy right here. Invoker is a beast. He finished I think I can't remember. I think it was like 10th place or like 9th place on like the Bybit leaderboards. I'm not sure, but yeah, man, this guy knows how to trade alt BTC pairings. He's a beast. Just look at that. Look at his trades, man. Insane. Free alpha, man. Look how low his follower count is. These guys go unnoticed. It's a shame. It really is. Just because they post nothing but charts and honest content, crazy stuff. I'm not saying anything. So, I'm not going to give you financial advice. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give you my opinion and, my view on it, but I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money, okay? I'm not going to do that. I don't want to be financially liable for anybody's decisions. It's, we're just talking to you. We're speculating. We're looking at it from an educational point of view. I'm not telling you what to do with your money right now. Did he just get 50 followers in a minute? I want to see this. I wish. Yes. Make sure to tell him who sent you, okay? Because good for him, man. I really like what he's doing. I really like what he or she is doing. Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know them personally. They're in one of my other groups, and I really love their work. So yeah, terrific trader. So let's get back into charts. I mean, I kind of went off topic. Sometimes I'm a rambling Randy. It's a bad habit, but I try to make it entertaining for you guys instead of just like stoning you guys with chart. Like try to be human about it because that's what we are. So yeah, I'm open to suggestions. I mean, I want to look for some setups. I mean, Ethe, dude, Cardano. I posted this on my Telegram, and it's just it refuses to fill me. It's very, very frustrating, I'll be honest with you. Because it's begging like it wants to do that, but as time goes on, we have a hidden divergence here, and it's kind of making me upset because this is gonna go on without me, isn't it? It's just gonna say fuck you, Kev. And but yeah, typically I'll show you how I figured this out or how I got to this conclusion on why I wanted to take a trade here. First things first, I'll go into no, I can't because then I can't use my tools, but. Honestly, I'll take off the crayons just so you guys could see what I'm looking at. But look, just for example, naked, right? Because I'm not using these indicators to make this trade assumption here. But honestly, supply and demand, for the very, very basic concept of supply and demand is when, price moves up, tests the selling a bit, and just says nope, and moves up again. Right? This to me, and this in our theory means there's a demand supply inefficiency here. Now, what do I mean by that? It's too many buyers and not enough sellers at this level. So what happens, right? When demand exceeds supply, we go test the next level of supply, which would be right here, right? And how do we know it's right here? Well, because price is trying to break out, it's getting sold on, it's trying to break out, it's getting sold on, it's showing weakness, and now it's trying to break out again. So is this supply here going to exceed our demand? At this rate, at this moment in time on the hourly chart, it looks like it will exceed the supply here. and touch the next zone of demand, which we don't know where it is yet. I mean, we could reference the past, but we're looking for fresh orders, fresh supply, fresh demand. If we go back and see previous, it's considered more of a real resistance or a support where it's historical. I'm looking for where the active buyer is. I don't care about the historical buyers. I want to know who's buying right now, because I want to fill on their idea right now. So yes, people always ask me, support and resistance different. I compared to supply and demand. Yes, I think so. So yeah, this is my frank, it's, to be very frank about supply and demand, there's a lot more tactics that go into this by studying the volume, understanding where price is showing weakness, where there's an abundance of sellers. I mean, you can get really, really complex about it, but with a naked chart, this is what I see. I see extreme demand, a bit of supply. Someone tried to sell here and just got BTFO'd, man. Blown the fuck out here. Now he's stuck now he has to buy back here because he thought, look at me, I'm a Chad. I'm gonna send price down. No, he got destroyed. Someone here got destroyed. So yeah, that's the gist of it. That's how I found this setup. And how do I place my entry? How do I place my stop? So I'll explain this too. Usually I include the wicks, but I felt like this is, it's very illiquid in the sense that, it's price is fairly cheap on Cardano. When I mean that, I mean like it's 51 cents. So it's very volatile, right? So I don't think the wicks are going to favor me here. I think it could, I originally thought it would, kind of wick in very deep and very, very sharp, and we would catch it. So how do I make sure I get filled? How do I make sure I have a reasonable stop? Chances are if this guy is a big order, which it is, it started and it ended where he tried to continue selling, right? So there's no reason for this to go past this rectangle here. So if I'm wrong, it's going to hit this line down here. So what do? I click on this box, right? I click on my box and I pick the top of this candle, and usually I pick the just the top and bottom, the body of the candle pretty much. But since, like I said, I feel like Cardano is very, very liquid in that sense, I gave myself much more room just in case someone really tries to, stop us out. So I put my stop, usually it's just the body of candles, but I would place my entry at the top of the rectangle and my stop at the bottom of the rectangle. My take profit, usually I would look to secure my investment on the first resistance here again, and then leave the rest to see if we can test higher. So that's usually my strategy. It works really well with crypto, just because it's very liquid, right? And you have 2 time zones or multiple time zones of people trying to trade, right? So multiple time zones take advantage of certain weaknesses and strengths that they have. So it gives you a nice chance that these big orders are coming back to get filled. So, and it doesn't always work, right? Sometimes I've had situations where, prices moves on without me and says, ciao. And then I've had price that just goes, oh, what's this bid? Yeah, I pulled it. And just, yeah. But you get burnt, right? But that's why a stop loss is in place, right? Because nobody's perfect, right? So we have to protect ourselves because, we're not perfect, and, we cannot ponder what if like Alex Weiss here. We don't have $60 million. So we cannot say what if down here. We just can't do it. We can't afford to. So the responsible thing is to set yourself a loss and move on to the next one, not to go, GameStop. Where's my stimulus check? We can't have that. So, yeah. When supply is low on exchanges, then price should go up. This is where it gets a bit tricky. I want to say this is out of my knowledge. It's out of my knowledge. All I know is when there's a supply crisis, like Bitcoin, 21 million, that's already a supply crisis in itself. People just don't get it yet. And then supply crisis on Ethereum, well, to me, what supply crisis means is that more people are going to want something that's getting ridiculously more scarce as time goes on. And people are going to be willing to pay more and more and more for it. So theoretically, yes, price should go up astronomically high. Now, I've been talking about it for the past 3 weeks, but it appears so that we might see a gamma squeeze on pairings like Bitcoin and Ethereum. And a gamma squeeze, I'm not gonna speak for its definitive terms, but you can look at it on Investopedia. it's, you know, I told you guys, you know, for the past couple months that, you know, options is a very, very leading indicator, more than funding, I would say, this rally. I would say that options are playing a big role here, and options are indications of bigger players, smarter players, more experienced players, and you know, there's a reason why people want 72K, and it's gonna have to happen fast. And how does this happen? Well, to make a long story short, the exchange has to buy back. The exchange has to buy the collateral, right? So it creates this fucking ridiculous squeeze, a squeeze of the likes you've never seen before, because it's such a supply crisis. It's not going to be what you would typically see in a stock market, right? It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. But yes, I'm expecting a gamma squeeze, like a big squeeze. People are shorting here, and they're stupid. I really think they're stupid, or traditional, like too traditional to understand the new paradigm. You know, and I'll take my chances by calling this, right? You know, look at Bitcoin for the past 10 years. It's always never proven. It's never proven any of these traditional idiots right. The game has changed. The game has changed. You know, it's, you know, it's not blockbuster Bitcoin, right? There's no reason to start selling. It's, if anything, it's as time goes on, the more and more we see the current state of the world, it's becoming more of a decentralized future. You know, you look at every aspect of the world, you see a number of things, right? And this number of things is we're advancing in everything: medicine, space exploration, fuel preservation, all this stuff, innovative stuff. And then there's just the financial system where it's still like backed by paper and Excel documents. Like, what the fuck's going on here? What the fuck's going on here? We have a perfect platform that is like a public ledger that serves for every transaction ever, and it's faster, it's secure, it's cheaper. What gives here? You got to wonder what's the hold up here? You know, like we're in like a we're in like kind of like a renaissance of finance. It's like we're in such like a revolutionary period that like you would assume crypto is the answer to a lot of these things. Exactly. It's meant to benefit a very, very small individual group of people and not the people. So what happens, you know, if we look throughout history, what happens when we try to hold back humanity from being, you know, people? What happens when we stop humanity from evolving, guys? Since we know since time immemorial that, you know, humanity has only evolved and evolved and evolved. What happens now? What, is it just going to stop today? No, when people try to hold back an inevitable from breaking through, it's a floodgate. So you know, I just look back in history, and every time someone tried to suppress people from figuring out something, you know, we already open the floodgates with GameStop. Everybody understands now that this market is just a financial casino where a bunch of rich hedge fund billionaires can just borrow money at 0%, right? Now everybody's starting to get it. So it's it's a breakthrough moment for crypto, I find, from a fundamental perspective. It's showing people that you cannot trust the system, and you have to go to something that's completely backed by, you know, exactly. It's you're part of the new era. You should start thinking like it, right? You know, you're in crypto. There's no reason not to believe in it at this point. It's a very, very interesting, you know, and it's not just my opinion. It's facts, right? We have a better system here that's ready to explode, and for whatever reason it's seen as a threat. Now I don't know why, you know. It's I mean, I know why, but I'm not gonna tell you because there's never any way to prove it, but I know why. But just gonna read the comments, and I don't want to always go off topic like that, so sorry. Thank you, Mahadevo. It's I'm honored, man. Thank you so much. Say something about my trade strategies. I'm not sure if you posted this just before I went over this, but I'm pretty much a supply and demand trader. I trade supply and demand usually on 4 hours and 1 days, and weeklies if you get it. Man, a weekly supply and demand zone is fucking glorious, but it's rare. But yeah, I'll trade supply and demand on really, really high time frames. You know, that's where big boys want to get filled. They're not paying attention to 15 minutes and 20 minutes. They really, you know, they play by those time frames. But That doesn't mean that when the market is hot, and I mean hot like we've been seeing, where 10% across the board every day, volume stepping in, which the likes we haven't seen since a real alt season. And guys, this is still not alt season. Like it's not. It's not. You haven't seen anything. You have not seen anything. Real alt season is what happened to Dogecoin. That was real alt season. Like, that was ridiculous. You know, I made a salary in an hour. It was ridiculous. And it's not to brag. It's just to show you how preposterous that is. You know? There's money in shorting the dollar. And by shorting the dollar, it means just buying anything that isn't the dollar. At this point, right? There's a lot of money to be made in shorting the dollar, which is joining crypto. I'll check Ave in a sec, Jose. Good idea. Yeah, I'm completely on board with the fact that I think we're just getting started. I mean, man, if you're here from 10K, your life should have changed by now, at least a little bit. Like things should have changed by now. There's been so many opportunities, and I know what everybody thinks now. It's like, oh my God, we're at the end of the cycle. Like, you guys have no idea. Like, you guys have no idea. You actually have no idea what's coming. Man, don't even get me started, because then I don't want to come back to this like you know, in the beginning of like a 6-month downtrend and then have to eat it. Like, I'm willing to go out on a crutch on this, where I say like wow, it's just, can you guys think that 2 months ago buying under 20K was like, I can't explain it. Like, buying under 20K was like super scary, and like now it's like, you don't think you'll ever see that ever again. Do you know what that is? Like man, if you've been a follower of Bitcoin all these years, it's, man, now it finally feels like there's no more time. Like, this finally feels like it's, put it this way, an average person makes a salary of like 40K a year. This is officially like transcending all time and space itself. It's just evolving into what it can and cannot purchase for you anymore. Like, think about this. 10 years ago, we bought a pizza with it. Now it's buying someone's salary. In 5 years, where are we going? It's actually scary, man. I don't feel like I have enough. It's really scary. It's really scary. Like, I'm not trying to induce FOMO. I'm just trying to show you what a supply crisis looks like, you know. And it's not manipulated silver, manipulated gold. It's a true supply crisis. You know, there's not gold popping out saying, "Oh look, we found more gold. Oh look, we found more silver. Oh look, hidden treasury." What do you mean hidden treasury? What do you mean? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Anyways, it's yeah, this is what a real supply crisis looks like. And it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. It's not going to get better. Every every halving, I have a really hard time pronouncing this word. Every halving, this happens. And everybody tells you at the end of it, or just before the start of it, that this time is going to be different and it's going to cut the price in half. Everybody falls for that same trap. Minor capitulation, and the halving is already priced in. I don't know how many times I've heard this. I actually don't know how many times I've heard this. But that's when you know you have to gig along. Like that's when you know. Like the last time someone told me that, Bitcoin was at $4,000. It was in March. It was less than a year ago. Less than a year ago, I could have bought. Oh man, I could have bought so much. Anyways, it's yeah. Hindsight 2020. I short too, but now's not the time to short. Now's not the time to short. It's not. Most of these alts are not No, I'm not shorting right now. But yes, when it's time to sell, it's time to sell. But I will never net short Bitcoin. I'm gonna make this very clear with people. I will sell spot bags. I will and no, man, I'm not taking it in a I'm not taking it in a bad way. I'm very, very passionate, right, about what I'm fascinated by. And the reality is I will never net short Bitcoin just because it's so scarce. I don't ever want to be caught on the sidelines. I will go flat, but I will never want to buy back Bitcoin at a higher price and owe it. if that makes sense to you guys. Like, I don't mind staying cushioned in US dollars when I know we're at a point where we could see lower, but I'm never ever going to take the risk to go net short on Bitcoin. Like, I'm never ever going to do that. I'll take a 3% hit, a 4% hit, but I'm not going to do anything more than that. You know, I will sell my spot bags of altcoins. I will sell my spot bags and all my other things, but I will not sell my spot Bitcoin, like, ever. And yeah, I just flipped pages because I was reading the chat, but oh my goodness, you see what I mean? Like that's so annoying. Look at this. So like, if we look now, probably on a 4-hour time frame, we have a new supply zone, right? Demand zone. So like, now I'm probably gonna look to get filled like right here. So let me just erase all the drawings. Just for now. Now this is your new supply zone. Like, this is like a new demand zone, and I would do this like right here. We just created, like, you see, demand. We saw this in real time happen, right? Like, demand just did not. Supply just did not meet the demand here. Look, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. Oh, pop. No more selling here. They gave up. You know, live action. We just saw it happen right in front of us. Crazy shit. Absolutely bananas. I wanted to get filled here, but like, as you can see, it's just not gonna happen. Sometimes you gotta shrug it off. This is clearly where new buyers will be found. You know, so man, ADA, bro. Cardano is ripping, printing, man, printing. Wow. You want to know what this means, right? It means, you want to know how useless the dollar is? All these utility tokens, or whatever you want to call them, smart contracts, essentially a lot of these things are they really do nothing. A lot of them are dead projects and they do nothing. But US dollar is so useless that they're actually going up in price because nobody wants a fucking US dollar anymore. That's what this is telling you. More than the fact that these things have great fundamentals, it's just showing you how useless the US dollar is. Does that make sense to you guys? That's really what's going on here. Just reading comments. What's my best tips for a beginner in trading? It's to... I mean, what's one thing we all struggle with in the beginning, and I think it's patience. I think it's patience. I think patience is the biggest... Risk management and patience, I got to admit, are probably the most important things. First and foremost, knowing when to enter a trade, and second of all, knowing, I'm trying to put this into words, knowing when to enter a trade and when not to trade, and especially knowing how much you're willing to lose and how much you're comfortable with willing to lose. You don't want to be like a frozen deer in the headlights when price is going down against you, or price is just going against your trade, and you're just like, oh man, should I wait? Should it come back up? You should have already had a plan. You should have had a plan to take your profit. You should have had a plan to get stopped out. You shouldn't be in a position where you're like, oh my God, like, what do I do now? And like, should I wait? I already lost too much. You should never be in this position. All this does is create bad practice. Now, a bad practice, it could be anything as got to make it back, like Scooter. Scooter is a meme, right? He's a meme, but like, there are people that are like this. Scooter's got to make it all back, right? He's down 500K, so now his only way to be satisfied with trading is to make back that 500K with 10K, 1K, 5K. You realize what risk you're putting yourself in to be chasing such a deficit? You don't ever want to be chasing a deficit like this. You want to just take a loss as a loss, a win as a win, and a monthly report as a monthly report. You want to be down 4% on the month, and up 7% the next month. You know, you don't want to be down 80% on one trade. This cannot happen. This is unacceptable. You will fail. So it's always important to understand how much you're willing to lose per trade and what it means when you win. This has to be figured out from the very beginning. And do not follow blindly. I understand people do not like to work for shit, but you need to take this seriously. This is no joke. 96% of people fail this. And it's because most of them don't even try. It's not that it's so hard nobody can do it. It's just nobody tries. Nobody tries to learn how to trade. Nobody tries to take it seriously. You know, people go to medical school for 10 years. They become really good at something. They become a professional. Many people depend on them. When it comes to trading, it's like, oh, 1, 2, buckle my shoe. I click buttons and I'll never, like, it's not a practice. Like, you got to treat it the same way. Treat it seriously for maybe 1 to 2 years. 1 to 2 years. Take it very seriously. Be very, very hard on yourself. Be very, very disciplined. Take losses. Take mistakes. Learn from them. Think of it as you're in school. You're in school. Do you make a profit in school? No, you pay to go to school. You pay to go to school. So you pay to eat some lessons. You know, I say it all the time. I say it all the time that a market is where, I say it all the time. It's where, you know, people come into this with cash. You know, I'm trying to put this into words. How do you say it? It's where people enter, you know, people enter with cash and leave with the experience, and the ones with the experience leave with the cash. It's literally that. You know, it's a cycle. It's a transfer of wealth. You're gonna sell on the next wave of newcomers, right? It's a Ponzi. It's a Ponzi. but you gotta be good at the Ponzi, right? It's it's a Ponzi, man. Holy hell. Yeah, it's exactly. Think of it as tuition. You know, you could learn a lot from it, but you can't learn from blowing your entire life savings. That's only going to put you in a position where you should not be there in the first place. You really, really should not be there in the first place. You know, it's heartbreaking, man, because I see people do this all the time. And for the love of God, a lot of people make this mistake, and I'm not blaming them, but like, this is your money. This is your money. You worked for this. You worked for this. Don't give it away. Don't market in and out of trades chasing the next pump. Like, guys, you guys are paying like $5, $10, $15, $20 in fees every time you do this. Like, it's money. It's money. Like, why are you giving it away? You know? Make sure you're not on 25x cross. Always make sure when you're entering a trade, is everything good? Have a checklist. Am I on 25x leverage with 10 other trades open? Am I on isolated margins? So like, if I do get liquidated here, it's only this margin I allocated to it. You know, like, what steps are you taking, you know, to make sure that you're doing everything right? Did you do everything as perfect as you said you were going to do it? Are you treating this as seriously as you said you were going to treat it? People go, yeah, me, I'm in control of my emotions. You're in control of your emotions. Is that before or after you're down $20,000? You know, it's very, very funny. I hear people talk about this all the time. You know, it's like, oh, you know, Kev, I want to learn how to trade. Okay, so let's sit down and talk. Okay, I'll give you 3 hours of my time. I'll give you 3 hours of my time over a cup of coffee. I want people to succeed. I want people to take this seriously, because the more of us that trade, you know, the more and more it becomes it more and more becomes a sport for everybody, right? It's not just like this fancy thing for people on Wall Street anymore. It's a real way to make good money, and it's, you know, it's using your head. But yeah, I have friends all the time that tell me, you know, and they're my friends, so I want to help them. So I give them the time of day. I give them my time, and you know, like, they'll come up to me and they'll be like, so what do I do? And I'm like, oh, so you didn't do any research of your own on this. You didn't do any, you know, I guess reconnaissance before, you know, sitting down with me. I really have to tell you everything like you're a 5-year-old child. He was, yeah, but it's, you know, it's easy, right? I just got to follow charts, right? I could follow this guy and pay this guy. And I'm like, you're going to fail. And then, you know, most people do not like to hear these words. You will fail. Or it's hard, or you know, it's not as easy as it sounds, or it's, it takes work, and because all people get sold is the dream, right? Join me, and it's easy as 1-2 buckle my shoe, and 3-4 shut the door, you retire. It's not that easy. I fell for it. We all fall for it. That's how you get involved in this space in the first place. Is someone showed you these flashing numbers on a screen, they look professional, they look cool, you watch an Instagram ad, and now all of a sudden you want to be making money too. You're working a regular job, this guy's cashing out $15,000 a day, but you don't know what he went through, you don't know his losses, you don't know his winnings, you don't know his story, but you get sold on that marketing niche where it's like trading is the place to make it, but like we don't talk about how to make it. We just talk about how this person made it. We're not talking about how they made it. And that's the part nobody wants to listen to. And that's the part everybody goes, yeah. Don't worry. I know myself. I hear this all the time. Don't worry, I know myself. Then they tell me, guy, I entered at 170 Litecoin, bro. It's down to 140 now. Should I sell? I'm like, what? What were you doing in between the $30 that you lost per coin? I didn't think it would go down that much, so now I'm stuck. Oh, but I thought you knew yourself, so you're good, right? So that's my rant. It's just nobody wants to take it seriously, right? Everybody thinks it's just I'm gonna click buy because this guy said to long it with this stop. You're not gonna learn anything. You're not gonna learn anything. You need to take this seriously. It's your money. It's your money. So let's take a quick look, see other coins. You guys have any suggestions? It's true though. They go like this, tunnel vision, or they go like this, and it's bias and bias. It's like if you're not in control of your emotions, you're fucked. You're fucked. We all know this. You've been here. We've all been liquidated, right? At least once. Oh my god. Guys, Verge is finished. Alright, we got some nice suggestions. Sushi, I like sushi. I'm a spot holder. I can't deny the Cuban, man. Mark Cuban. Nah, I can't do it. He's... Oh my god, it's true. Verge takes... Pornhub takes Verge. So there is a use case. Oh my goodness. Forget I said that. I don't want to be that guy that says Verge is finished, and then it's like Bitcoin guys saying Bitcoin was finished in 2010. I don't want to hear about XRP. XRP can go to $22,000. I don't want to hear about it. I hate XRP. I've been trading 4 years spot. I started derivatives early 2018, I would say. Q1 2018. Obviously during the bear market, right? But yeah. I own not a picocent of XRP. I don't trade on Uniswap. I looked into fact. Okay, let's take a look at some. I'll actually just go down this list. Most of them are on this list. I mean, look at this resistance here. I mean, it could pop. I know John. He did like a Hollywood trade price target. So look, something like this. I call these Hollywood trades because it could very well happen, but that's like movie perfect, right? And you know what? It's like this is such a scam that it would do something like this. It's so pathetic. Anyways, moving on. Oh, dot. What could have been, huh? What could have been. Look how close, man. We didn't get filled. They just marked up without us, dude. Too bad. I'd look to long right here. This box right here. Just extendo. I'd look to do something like that for dot. Oh, and I know someone, I remember reading the question. I don't think I ever answered it. How did I find the entry for DOT? Right here. Man, my computer's lagging today. I don't know why. Found it right here. I'm pretty sure it's on the 15 minute though, is where I really saw it. Yeah, right here. This is what I really wanted to long, and I really thought we would fall into it, and I think we might actually. We might fall into it and maybe, you know, catch like you know, kind of catch like a, then, you know, kind of do something. I feel like we're gonna do some scam like that, and you know, probably gonna look to sell right here because, you know, I just don't want it to come back. And so Ethe, dude, oh my god, dude, look at Ethe, man, that's frustrating. Cause that thing could really run, huh? Like, oh, this is a good question because two dams. How much harder was it for you to trade through a bear market? I don't want to offend anybody when I say it reminds me of Vietnam flashbacks, but like that's exactly what it felt like. When I think about it, I get Vietnam flashbacks, and I mean, no disrespect to anybody that served. I got tremendous respect for you guys, but my goodness, if you really wanted to understand the hard way how a market works, it's entering at the top of peak euphoria, derivatives using money you don't have, in the sense where when I mean money you don't have, I mean using leverage. I got introduced to leverage when Bitcoin was going like this. So I just got eaten alive. You know, but it taught me so much. And I'm not afraid to admit I got absolutely hammered in that bear market. I got belted really, really hard. Like, yeah. It's, yeah, the 2018 bear market was brutal for anybody that did not understand financial markets, that was just getting into the space, was just starting to understand blockchain. You know, Bitcoin introduced me. You know, it hurt. I understood crypto, but I did not understand. I understood buy and hold, but I did not understand derivatives, and that hurt me so much because it's another man's game, and it's, you know, you stepped into it being a fundamental investor, and you're trying to play financial markets, ups and downs, timing the market based on funding fees and open interest and all these things that I did not understand at the time, and I was using money as money with little margin but big size, and I was getting margin called after margin call after margin call, and I was just getting hammered. You know, and it's designed to take your money like that if you don't know what you're doing. So yeah, I got hammered, and it's a good lesson. It's an eye opener. It's a really humble experience, right? It's anybody that rode that wave got really, really humbled, because I was a fool and I didn't sell my spot bags of alts. And till this day, they're still not where they were in 2017. Till this day. You know, that's why I say I'm not shy to share to sell my alt spots. I really don't give a shit anymore. After what I've been through, 80-90% down on things that I really thought were the future, I don't care. I'm selling it and I don't care. You know, Bitcoin is a different story. It's the only thing that has not proven me wrong. I bought in from so low at this point, I will never ever feel like I'm underwater. You know, it's so yeah, it's I'm not shy to sell alt bags. A lot of these things have yet to prove themselves, yet I have Bitcoin that has proven itself with institutional investors. So I know there's big money involved, and they're looking at it for a reason to preserve their money. So very, very hard to be bearish on that. So great question. Loved it. I got belted. It really hurt. I'm gonna take a look at through more charts. Just give me a second. We're on Cardano right now, so that's good. Luna. I'll take a look. Hold on. So we'll see. Remind me. XRP. Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. Rumors on Coinbase listing Doge. I mean, they would. Something a corporation would do, right? Just makes them a lot of money on fees, a lot of retail. They wanna steal that market share, right? They're not in the business of watching numbers go up. They're in the business of stealing that market share. So that would be in their best interest to do so, right? Omisgo. Guys, I remember a long time ago, I bought Omisgo at like $14 in 2017. It went all the way to $33 and I didn't sell. Could you imagine? Could you imagine not selling Omisgo at 30? No, what was it, like 20? It was like $28. It was something crazy like that. I watched it go all the way back down to like $1, $2. It was the most, absolutely horrible. Biggest mistake ever. It's a very, very sad thing, right? Because a lot of people are become community members, we like to call them. What tool do I use to create those boxes? I'm using what's it called? I go right here, fourth column, like usually like the brush or the highlighter, and then I go to rectangle. And then I select my colors and I make it look pretty. Highlighter, what's this? Oh man, I'm gonna use this moving forward. I like this. Instead of using the pen, right? I'm just like, if I wanna like, indicate a like a panic Peter moment, I'm gonna do this from now on. Awesome. All right, cool. Link. Oh my God, let's look at link. Guys, I had a trade here and I didn't take it. I was showing the mod chat. Even in my Telegram, I was showing this, but I didn't call it. And look, it looked, oh man. Originally, I called it to hit right here, right? And we caught this entire move. Like if you go on my Telegram, you'll see that I posted this chart before all this happened, right? But it ended up touching right here, and we could have sold right here, guys, for a profit. Or if you wanted to be greedy, man, you could have really rode that out because it looks like it's going to continue. But man, I should have called that for the group. Very sorry. Man, too bad. Thinking back, would I be more willing to short instead of long when we enter a new bear market? No. I'll short alts. Like when you know they're confirmed bearish. But I'm not going to short. Like I'm not going to net short Bitcoin ever. I don't mind buying back lower, but I have a problem with saying I'm a certified seller of the most scarcest asset in the world. That's like saying like that's like a sign on my head that says I don't understand anything. Like legit. Like I would never. I would never. Futures makes you 10 years older. Can confirm. My hairline, my forehead's starting to get longer than an 8-hour shift. So, and that's all thanks to trading. So definitely ages you really quickly. That's for sure. Glad to hear I'm not the only one. We all got burnt. We all got burnt on holding altcoins 2018 for my future. Guys, a lot of these projects from 2017 are so obsolete. There's no use case for them anymore. Time has passed. Better protocols, better everything. That's why I don't trust these things, because we don't know what's the Amazon, what's the Google, what's the... Man, why do I only make those two comparisons? We just don't know what like IBM's gonna be. We don't know what the leading apex predators are gonna be. We don't know yet. So it's fun to speculate and sell after you made 50 times your money, but I wouldn't hold on to them as if they're gonna be around for the next 50 years. We don't know. The only one you can trust is probably Bitcoin and Ethereum, because these things are built. Bitcoin is for its scarcity. Ethereum is because of the things that are built on its platform. Right? It's gas. Gas/oil. It's the same thing to me. Just giving a read. I think Ethereum has to do. I don't think it's gonna crash. I just think it has to do. It seriously has to do its squeeze. Like I can almost get like I'm not gonna say I'm gonna guarantee or even almost guarantee, but I can clearly see like this happening right now. Call me crazy. I mean, maybe I'm like just like a bulltard, but like really, it's one or two scenarios. It's gonna go like this, and then. Or it's just going to do that and say, like, no, nobody gets filled. So it's going to do something like this. You know, that's Ethereum. Let me go back to where I was. Link, we went over. LTC. LTC, we all know what I call LTC. Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale just, you know, trying his best to do what Bitcoin's doing. Ronaldo. It's like so similar, these two. It's disgusting. Just one is so much cleaner than the other one, right? So much more poised and so much more solidified. Literally Gareth Bale versus Ronaldo this. Not even a joke. Not even a joke. Doesn't this look droopy? Doesn't this look scary? And you go like, then you go to Bitcoin, you're like, okay, this guy's gonna score in the final, right? Like, you could tell, like, this one looks like it's more likely to go up. This one's like just at its mercy and beck and call of like everything else. Like, it's like so weak right here. Anyways, just to say, like, and like a lot of my opinion has changed on Litecoin. I'm starting to believe that like this is like just gonna be like a fossil. It's not really gonna be worth as much as I think people think it is. I just don't see it. I don't. I'm gonna have to switch my little AirPod here. BCH. This is tricky, at least on a 15-minute time zone. I'm not... Oof. I don't know, I wouldn't touch this right now. Too indecisive, chopping around. Pretty annoying. Actually, looks like I might, like... not gonna lie to you. Like, No, I lied. Hold on, I lied. It's gonna do something like... maybe like, and then bounce. Yeah, it just feels like Bitcoin Cash would do something ridiculous like this. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm going down the list. Just gonna do them all. Just want to close this. Computer's lagging now. Driving me crazy. I'm on the 4 hour here. Let's go to 15-minute. XLM. Man, looks like it wants to break up. I don't know. Maybe I try a scalp like right here. Try and catch like a nice move here. Let's see. Yeah, nice 6% move. I don't know. It's up 8%. Very nice. So choppy though, dude. Like, imagine trying to trade this. It's so illiquid. Like, it's so weird. Very choppy. BNB. I mean, you guys know this. I've been bullish on this since $22. $22, $28 months ago. I don't own any. It looks so bullish. It just looked so bullish. And now you're seeing why, because like, you know, a lot of people using Binance. A lot of people using these for fees, you know? Pretty interesting. Ave, my goodness, this thing has went on an absolute tear. What a beast. What a beast. It looks like it just wants to continue, guys. I don't even know where to enter here. My guess is this is one of like these major projects, and I look, it already just printed as we spoke. Like, it just looks like it's gonna. It looks like it'll do something like. Looks like it's gonna do something like this, or nah. That doesn't look right. I don't know. I bought before this humongous move. I thought it was late, but it turns out that nothing's ever too late with Ave. Yeah. I thought I was late. I thought I was gonna get dumped on. Apparently, this thing just has to keep going. So I don't know, man. I think this is gonna be a good time to know when to sell the decentralized finance. So, you know, Suzu told me about this too, right? Not personally, obviously, but he's mentioned it many times. I don't actually talk to Suzu, but Just to say, like, he's a major holder of this, so tells you something, right? What a coincidence. The guy that I told you to follow is the one that's holding all the major projects that are going skyrocket. Who would have thought? Dogecoin. Oh, guys, remember last week's stream? Look at this. Crazy. I told you. I called it, right? Remember, I'm like, who's going to buy all the way here and be stuck eating it? You know? Like, and who cares what happened here, right? Who cares what happened here? Because you have to think about what the guy's going through as he sees his whole life savings go away. Like, you got to look at it that way, right? Not the fact that, oh, look, you know, if he just toughed it out and hated his life for 4 more days, he would have been fine. Like, think of what someone goes through when they're down this much and what it takes to hold here to, you know, to still have, especially knowing you're investing in a meme. Like, this is very important. You're investing in a meme, right? So keep that in mind. Crazy shit. Crazy shit. We called it, right? Like, to a T. To a T. That was there last week. I could show you. Decentralized finance is the future of France. It really is. Like, I think it's really important. After what we saw in GameStop, with the GameStop fiasco, we already knew, but now we know for sure. Decentralized finance is really important. To me, at least. If you understand money, if you understand the monetary system. You want anything that they can't say, oops, we made a mistake, we'll just make more. Unacceptable. This is the beginning of the end for any system. I'm not all in DeFi. No way. This is a speculative market. We have to understand this. While it is the future, everything in... Yo, Todd, I'm going to get to it in a second, man. Like, you got to... Like, give me a chance. We're in a speculative market, right? So these projects are speculative until further notice. I don't know what their use cases are yet. These partnerships, I need to see a use case. I need to see some sort of profit or some sort of, like, anything to give me a valuation on these things. Right now, there is none, so it's all speculative. So people buy even though they're not sure what it does. People buy even though they're not sure if it's too expensive. It's purely technicals at this point. Technicals and fundamentals and the major market makers. So very, very important. I'm not in on DOT. I'm not. I sold like a big bonobo, and I might pay for it in the future. But what ifs, you know. Michele said it the best, you know. If my grandfather had 3 balls, he'd be a pinball machine. So the what ifs, you know, we can only do so much with that. Very fascinating analogy. EOS, I said it last week, I think this is a dead project. I don't care if it's going up, I still think it's a dead project. I just, there's better projects at this point. I don't even know what, like, you see, this is what I mean. Like, I don't even know what SPI is. Everybody's got a use case for their investment. You know, it's, I don't know. I need to see if, like, I need to see major partnerships, major inflow of market cap. I need to see flooding gates of buying into this thing for me to really believe there's a demand for this, right? If it's not scarce, what does it do? And if it's not doing anything, why do I want it? You know? What makes you better than the other one? What makes you secure in the next 5 years that won't be... what makes something that won't get replaced by something better, a better protocol? You know? Like, there's so many things that you have to factor when you're speculating, guys. Especially in a market that has yet to prove anything to anybody. SNX, SNX is a beast. Got a bright future. You know, we talk about it every week, right? And it just continues to climb. It's not like we're talking about it at the top. We've been talking about it for weeks. You know? It's, if you bought weeks ago, no matter where you bought, you're in profit. So think about it that way. Pretty insane, these projects, man. They're going nuts. Sushi, my goodness. This thing has had its run, right? I mean, I'm completely okay with this coming to test back lower. I think, you know, big buyers in this project. This thing's begging to pop. We just don't know when. You know, it's run so hard that, like, you can't expect it to just continue forever. It's just, man. Sushi, great project. Great, whatever it does, man. It's just great. When I see big names invest in it, like big prominent investors, I can't argue with these guys. Cake, I'm in a group. I'm gonna say it right away because I'm in a group that literally talks about cake all day, and they're obsessed with it. Like they're actually obsessed with it at this moment in time, and they advised me to get in on it a couple weeks ago, and I still haven't taken a position. I think they stake cake, like they stack it or whatever the hell it's called. It's like that Uniswap stuff. It's I don't know what they do. But they've been talking about it for the past two weeks, and they've been making a killing. So, yeah, I hear a lot about it. It's very interesting that you say that. Thoughts on In Silico? It's a terrific product. Like, if I didn't like it, I wouldn't be using it right now. And I'll be honest with you, these past 3 weeks or 2 weeks that I've had it, it's done really well for me. It's done really, really well for me. I've made my money back 10 times on what I spent on it easily, and in only 2 weeks. You know, and during a chop. So, and I don't know these people. They're not my friends. I don't talk to them. I just wanted to try it out. I paid my own money for it. I didn't get a discount for it, and I really like them. I think what that team is doing is really good. I think they're a bunch of excellent traders in this space. I can't speak for other markets, but I think they're really excellent traders. I think they know what they're doing. You know, and they really, really tweak these indicators to really understand the market that we're in. And it works. I gotta say, it's helped me a lot. It's helped me out a lot. You know, it's helped me out a lot. So I'm going to continue to use them. As you can see, I'm using them every day. It's not that I'm not, you know, it's, I think they're really good. Really good, especially for this space. I mean, Polkadot, I can't speak much for its use case. I'm not too tech savvy on these things. I'm a trader, first and foremost. But Polkadot, look at its market cap. There's an interest there. Don't make no mistake. It comes with a number of packages. Like, I'm reading the comments, by the way. So, it comes with a number of packages, like a number of indicators. Like, I'll show you here. All these. And they have different use tools, right? Some of them are volume oscillators. Some of them are Fibonacci points. Some of them are fishers. Like, I use another one every now and then when I'm really trying to find a confluence. I'll use the adaptive fisher like this. It works tremendously. Look, it told you it was bottomed out here. You just got a giant candle right here. So like, it works really well. It really works well. Like, it could have told you this. Like, you should have been like, you know, works really well. I like it. It's a number of things, right? It's there's more than enough tools for everybody. Man, how the fuck can I get rid of this? Dude, my computer's so slow. It's like my CPU usage is so heavy right now. I don't know why. I already went over EOS. I'm not going back. I personally think it's a dead project. I'm gonna tell you personally. Like, if you're holding on to it for a long-term investment, I won't say anything because I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your money. But like, if you're trading it, trade it. I think there's better projects. CZ is taking some funding fees from my precious Ethereum position. This guy, that greedy slob. Yeah, you see, I don't know enough about Cake, but I know I have like a group of like, they're higher level traders in the sense that like they trade with big size and they're all on it. I don't know why, but they're all on it. I personally have a hard time investing into food tags. You know, it took a long time for me to jump on sushi, and what made me jump on sushi was because it doubled my money in like half a day. So now I'm cool. I was always cool with sushi, you know? It's like, no, it's not a public group. This is a very, very exclusive, small, intimate, and intimate. It's very, very personal, right? They trade a specific time, specific. They're very, very coordinated, right? Not friendly to outsiders. It's their alpha, right? It's their edge. They don't want to make this public. You know, we're in a market. We're all trying to make money, right? It's Cake's at the bottom of my list. Tomo, I mean, the move's already been made. I mean, I would probably... It's tough. The move's already been made. You would need to see a bit more price action to make a decision here. But it looks like it's just doing a perfect Dalai Lama. It's probably just going to continue up. Everything's Dalai Lama. It looks like it could just continue. It's probably just going to roll out here and bounce for band. Not going to do actual setups here because I think like most of the moves have been made for the day. Like now if you're not in a trade yet, I would stay off the sidelines for a bit. You know, we're about to flip a session. We're about to get like a new time zone stepping in for the day. So it's you don't want to be exposed for any reason, not all the time at least. Or at least you want to be looking to exit or find, if you're a trader, right? If you're a day trader, you want to be looking to close your positions towards the end of the day. For the simple fact, you just don't want to put money, you don't want to leave that money on the table. As a trader, you look into it as a day-to-day basis. From a spot bag perspective, you don't give a fuck. Anytime his price is down, you continue to buy. But you're not gonna get wooed by the ins and outs of the market. Really, day traders look for that, right? They look for the trade for the day, and they look to cover their they look to either stick their plan through if they believe it's good enough, or they'll look to close throughout the day. Traditional traders will probably leave a position open overnight because the market closes. But in crypto world, you really need to look to close as the other side of the world wakes up. So they might have different plans, different views on the market. Their culture, their values are different, right? But at the end of the day, I think anything against the US dollar is in everybody's best interest right now, just because it's yeah. Let me continue to look. What is a long-term position, a percent of profit for you, or a fundamental success expectation market cap? Short-term, I want Bitcoin to be $1 trillion. Like, is it $1 trillion already? I think it is. Is it $1 trillion? Holy hell, it is. I want it to be 10 trillion. That won't be short term, but I want it to be a $10 trillion market cap. For the entire world, with all this printing, yes, absolutely. 10 trillion. I won't take a penny less. I'll be satisfied with that. I think we'll know the market's established at 10 trillion market cap. We need to surpass gold, which... Let's keep looking. Algo. Tricky, but the system suggests that you want a long right here. Believe it or not. These green lines over here, you put your entry here, stop there. At least that's what this algo says. Crayons? Like if I remove crayons, these lines are not there, right? So this is showing you, yeah. Yeah, so you could follow it, you can't. I was told not to use these two together, so you should really just have this open. This would be a place where you want a long. I mean, these are my pivot levels, so I can obviously do that, but, you know, but actually, no, this is BS. You could probably long this like this. No. Not to be dramatic, but like you could probably like long this, like probably look like this. Take profit like at this red line here. I mean, because look, why am I saying you could long here? Well, first of all, we're on like a resistance point with a higher low, and then we got a hidden divergence, and then we have a fucking reversal. So like this should like full send, like at least like that. So, and I'm not saying that's gonna happen, right? These indicators get faked out every now and then, but the reality is favorable trade would be to the upside here, not to the downside, right? You want it to be a favorable trade to the upside. And that's what you see here. here, here, here. Multiple confluence everywhere I look. Trend lines right there. We're kind of consolidating right under it. Can we go up, or are we going to reject and then reject and then reject the trend line? Who knows? No, we're not at the end of the bull market. If you've been listening for the past hour, I'm the most bullish person you'll ever meet. What entry did Eli give you? Sorry. That's the FSVO. So there's a volume oscillator. It's this thing right here. The little ghost signal. See without it. Like, I'll give you an example, right? Oops. Leave me alone. Okay. Alright. So, man, like, you can't see it, but if you look closely, because I decided to be like the big buffoon that I am, to use blue and orange candles, which is ironically what this uses to signify a reversal and a bullish reversal and a bearish reversal. So you could see the blue one, it's pretty distinct. Well, that would indicate a reversal, right? So reversal equals upside. Well, reversal equals what here, right? And then there's an orange one. But you see, I have a hard time seeing it. Oh, look, right here. You see it's like slightly darker than this one? But you see, like, because we're not bearish, these reversal signals are just not what you should be taking. You know, they get faked out because we're just not bearish. You really want to be taking these reversal candle trades because that's more favorable all the time. You know? So that's how I would use this indicator. It's in good confluence with the way I trade. So I'm really, really happy that I use it. It's amazing, actually. I got to admit, my favorite part about all of this is the FSVZO, the volume oscillator. I think it's the best one because I like to know where volume is, right? And I like to know when it's increasing significantly for all the right reasons. So Ukraine considering to mine Bitcoin. I mean, it's we're at that point. Countries are going to start looking to build reserves. You know. Once people spot the weak US dollar, they're all going to jump on the next solution. And I think everybody wants to... don't be surprised when a country announces they're going to start looking seriously into Bitcoin. And that will be the beginning of the end for a lot of people that want to get in. I don't know how long ago, I don't know how long that's going to be, but you can expect that coming. Waves, damn. Talk about doing waves. My goodness. Waves is popping, boys. Let's take a look. So, look, man. See, look how price broke away here as it tried to, you know, sell support. You know, like this is kind of like a resistance area. We just kind of broke right through it. So, you know, if you want to get into a trade on you know, waves, a favorable position could be this. Right here. Stop at the top of the candle. Entry at the top of the candle. Stop at the bottom of the candle. Give yourself a chance. That would be a demand zone for me. Miami, Florida, I wouldn't be surprised if they completely separate from the United States. Oh, Miami, Florida, not Florida in general. Okay. Well, that would be interesting, right, for Miami, right? Just a city. Damn, I think my hold on, guys. Are you guys able to hear me? The same way? Yeah? Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I mean, these AirPods, sometimes when you try to go one ear and flip into the other one, they sometimes don't connect properly. It's super annoying. Thanks. All right, let's move on, right? We're going to end it soon, guys. We've been going on for a while. I don't want to bore everybody. I want to keep content for tomorrow. Adam. Oh, my God, dude. What happened here? Damn. Now that's you see what I mean? Like, look at that beautiful bullish reversal candle. Crazy. 1 tap on the sell wall, 2 tap on the sell wall, 3 tap on the sell wall. Moon. This looks like beautiful consolidation under resistance, under sellers. This is gonna exceed demand. I just don't see it crashing down. You know, if you want to get in, maybe like an aggressive entry would be something like, yo, why am I all fucked up right now? Okay. Probably like somewhere on the EMA until it fails. So, that'd be cool. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm actually so lazy to buy a headset, but what was it, like last week? My headset just broke on me. It was the weirdest thing ever. I had a headset, so it would remove the sound that you're hearing. Yeah, this looks bullish as fuck. I still wouldn't bid here though, guys. Like I genuinely wouldn't. I need to confirm that this breaks out, right? Zilliqa. Ugh. You see, like over here, the volume's kind of like drying up, and where prices rising, with volumes rising, prices rising. Now volume's about to shrivel out. Like maybe the long is here or here. I would probably long here to be safer. The long leg right here, maybe catch it till here. You know. It just, I know like we need to confirm the head and shoulders to call it the head and shoulders, but as we can see, Zilliqa is pretty much telling you to go fuck yourself. Pretty much. You know? Like that's the biggest fuck you pattern I've ever seen. Super choppy. But this also looks like it, you know, kind of like its shoulder, maybe it's completed and now it's reversing. Who knows, man? It's so complicated. It's very colorful, this chart, but it's very choppy. Like, how did you go through this just to get dumped on, just to get dumped on again? You know, it almost feels like it's just gonna, and then, you know, I could almost see that happening. It almost looks so perfect, right, to just repeat what you see on the other side. Damn it. Okay, yeah, you guys are here in my PC thing. That's so weird. One sec, guys. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I don't want that. I don't know why it doesn't let me connect. Like, it's so weird. I'm just fixing the problem, guys, so sorry for the little maintenance. Alright. Should be okay now. Oh yeah, look, you see, it might actually just be going to test like this. Could go like that as well, because now why do I always draw like that little pullback, right? It's because, well, there's all this selling here, right? So probably gonna reject the first time, come to, and then, you know, this moving average is probably gonna start going like this. So you want to touch the moving average. You guys gotta have like a little bit of intuition on what might happen on price, and then obviously, like, I'm getting this idea because this looks like where we're gonna sell off again. You know, and then we'll probably come back here, and if the moving average is continuing up here, well then, boom, we pop and squeeze, right? Very interesting, right? How you can just make that assumption based on a moving average and where we were selling last, right? That's kind of like the foresight you want to have, right? When you have a setup or an idea. Okay, I'm going to end the stream soon just because we're having some technical difficulties. No. Bitcoin over here. What the hell happened here? Wow. It only took like 9 months. Oh my god, what a nightmare. What a nightmare. Imagine. This actually looks like, yo, if it can get over this blue line. Damn. Wow, Filecoin, like, why is this even on my list anymore? Damn. Dash, meh. After the recent security scare there, I'm not too fond of it. Pump groups are scams. Honestly, like pump groups, like I just become good at the art of trading instead of looking for ways to make money quickly. It's just not gonna happen. My personal advice, like, just be good at something. Like XP, wow, man, we got filled right here, man. I hate alts, yo, because it look like it's always the end of the world. Like, man, we got filled right here. You like, look at this trade, right? It was so perfectly on the bottom that like half the group didn't even get filled. Like, it's so frustrating. But it's, you see, like, it didn't work out anyways, so I can't take credit for it. We actually went back to test out, but yeah, we got filled right here. I put my stop in profit, and I think we, if I remember correctly, we hit our take profit like right here, if I remember correctly. So like we got like a nice little move, we got like a nice little trade. We took out 50%, and then we said the rest to ride to break even, and we ended up getting stopped out. But yeah, SXP, glorious. I'm gonna call this stream short soon. I'm just gonna take a quick look at the last ones I promised I would, and then I'm gonna let go. Yeah, it's a Ponzi, right? It's a trickle down system. Pump groups. It's oh, the more people you invite, well, the higher up the ladder you get, which means the more money you make on poor innocent souls that bring in more poor innocent souls. Pump groups are a scam. You know, like who you're hurting every time you invite people into this, right? You want to be good at a sport in the sense that we're all playing the same game. We all make money off each other, but we're doing it in a way that we all understand what's going on. You start pumping coins 500-600%, getting a bunch of naive poor suckers to get into it. You're scum. You're scum. I have no respect for that at all. You know. I'm gonna take a quick look. I promised I would take a look at Ocean. I don't want to leave him hanging. Ocean, where are you? Ocean, where are you? It appears there is no Ocean in my repertoire. Alright, Ocean. Where the fuck are you? Alright. I mean, it kind of reminds you of the Bitcoin markup phase, right? Where, you know, Bitcoin does this, consolidates, pretends it's going to die, and then goes up again. That's how I see it. I mean, on a 15-minute time frame, of course, sorry. It's not crazy to believe that, considering how crazy everything else is run. I mean, I wouldn't put it past me that it could do this. Ocean looks good, man. If you're in from low, Ocean looks, you know, not bad. It really doesn't look bad, actually. I'll be honest with you. If you're in from low, congrats. That's crazy. It actually looks really nice. I'm shocked. So I'll peek the cake chart. That'll be my last chart I pick, and then I'll go over Airbore's question because I think it's really awesome. So 1 second. Let's take a look. You're in it since 0.30. Honestly, man, you want to be really fair with yourself. You want to know that you're learning something, or you actually made something that you can say you actually declared. You take out your original investment. You know, if you want to be a true like, you know, like speculator, your risk is off the table. You're playing with house money now. That's an amazing to know that this money can now be reinvested into the next Ocean or the next big thing. You know, and I'm not saying that Ocean's done running here. I'm just saying, like, don't, like, you know, maybe for spot, because I still think we're so early in the cycle that maybe, like, we're calling it early here, but, like, nothing hurts more than knowing you could have taken out your, or nothing hurts more than seeing all the profit you had and just watching it go away. Nothing hurts more than that. Nothing hurts more than that. Even losing a trade doesn't hurt that much. Right? So. Cake. Yeah, you see I had it right here. Look at this fucking beast, dude. It's just going, man. What do you want me to say? It could easily just go like that, right? The day is not over. Still a couple more, a few more hours. It could do that, but then it can also just continue. But it's so vertical, it looks stupid like that. Like I would be careful. I would be careful. Look, kind of getting like a selling, stepping in. I'm not saying it's over the rally, but I'm just saying like when it's this straight up, I get kind of concerned. Like you could probably see it go like this before going back up. It could take a while. So if you're gonna ask me for my opinion, I give you my opinion and then you disagree and then say nah because my bias is my bias. Like I'm just not gonna look at them. Like there's no point. You're already fixed on the fact that cake is going to the moon and there's nothing that's gonna stop you from thinking otherwise. So what's the point? Yeah, you see, Mr. Juggles, like it happens all the time. It happens all the time. I learned my lesson. I'm never gonna leave profit on the table again. I'm never ever gonna fall for that ever again. The only thing I truly believe in is stacking is Bitcoin, Satoshis, and nothing else. Nothing else. And I wanted to answer one more question. Airbors. You want to be the best at something that will translate well in the bear market since I don't want to put too much money for the next 6 months. When it comes to bear markets, you want to be looking to preserve your capital, not trying to grow it. Right? In this case, we're not in a bear market, we're in a bull market. So you should be looking to park money to grow it. Right? Now, easier said than done, of course. But in a bear market, your strategy is learning how to sit on your hands. Most people lose money in bear markets. Most people, unless the ones that were planning for it, which means they weren't on the winning side for the past 5 years. It's a cycle of people who are right for a bit and then people that are wrong for a bit. The idea is how do you protect yourself in those times that you're going to be wrong? Like during a bear market year, most hedge funds don't do well. Most investment funds won't do well. But they would have preserved the least amount of money. They would have preserved the amount of loss as much as possible. So like in a bear market, you just got to weather out the storm. You cannot get too greedy. Definitely not. And you will probably get faked out more often than not. But the idea is to not lose 80% of your winnings, right? You just want to, take a hit for a year of down 7% on your portfolio, but or however long the bear market prolongs, right? If you're expecting a macro bear market, you should not be in the market, right? You should just be looking to buy much lower, Orion, I'm going to take one last look at that and then I'm done. We'll take a look. You can make money shorting, guys, but you're in a bullish market. You're not in a bear market. There's no blockbuster here. I'm showing you the future. You're in the future of the world. There's nothing to short on the future. It's you gotta have a coherent thesis, as Kyle Davies said to me, man. Like you gotta have a coherent thesis on where this market's going. Either you think this is all going to zero, or you think this is all going to the moon right now. You cannot have a flip-flop like this. You're not going to be good at it. Yeah, in a bear market you could sell for sure. You buy back into spot, you go back flat. Every resistance you go back flat, and then you buy back into spot. You go back flat, you buy back into spot. But you never put yourself in a position where you're advertising that you're selling the most scarce asset on the world. Right? That's it. So I'm going to take a look at Orion and then we'll call it a day. What's the tag for you guys? Michuch, I go over this usually every stream. I didn't go over it this one time, but it's a big topic to talk about, and I'm kind of drained. Like my voice is getting really parched. I'm gonna save that for tomorrow's stream. If you come by for tomorrow's stream, I'll go through mindset and like literature that you could read, practices you could do that just help you have a clearer mind when you're stepping into this world of trading, of course, right? So yeah, let me just take a look at Orn. Looks good. Bouncing off this green line. Man, I always forget to switch. Yeah, you see, look, this green line is indicating this is a long with a stop right here, right, on the short 15-minute time frame. You have a lot in Confluence, so you have this showing you like that. You should want that, but I'm not saying that'll happen. I mean, we're kind of getting dried up here. We're probably going to reject off the moving average. You know, probably do that if we're bullish. Just continue back up. I mean, long term. I mean, long term, it looks healthy. It looks healthy. Looks healthy. I mean, it could be extended a bit for now for this run. It could probably come back down here, you know, and go like that and continue back up. Who knows? It's ran quite a bit though. I'll give you that much. Like the marking up of this, right? Pretty solid marking up. It even signified a reversal here and then faked out. Yeah, I mean, this actually looks quite good. Looks quite good. I'm not... yeah. This is like a demand zone. This is another demand zone. Looks good. Can't complain. Alright guys, I'm getting kind of hungry. I'm parched. We did about an hour and 45 minutes. So I hope we covered enough. I think we did. I tried to be more, this stream I tried a lot more to be more about the charts, less about, you know, the mindset of things. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to do another one tomorrow, same time as usual, probably around like 1, 2. Yeah, I think we're going to... I think that's what we'll do. Yeah, well, we'll go more on mindset, mentalities, practices, content that you guys should be reading, listening to, soaking in. You know, where to find information, good information, who to follow. I think we're gonna have more of like a theory like that tomorrow. I think we'll have more like a class like that. Well, class, just more insight. I want to see people succeed here, right? I don't want to see people do any. You know, there's enough money for all of us in this market. I promise you this. Yeah. So let's work as a group, let's work as a team, and let's all make it, brez. If anybody knows Ziz, we're all gonna make it. We're all gonna make it, bruh. For anybody that's aware, you know. R.I.P. R.I.P. I recorded it. So before I close this stream, I'm trying really hard to become a partner / affiliate. I have no problem with viewers. I have no problem with commenters. I have no problem with pretty much anything other than the amount of time I stream. It's because like how long can I talk about like charts all day without like stoning everybody, you know? Like it's not like playing like Overwatch for like 12 hours straight. So I'm very close, and once I get there, I'll be able to put replays on my channel. For now, I put them all on YouTube. I mean, there's some that I avoid just because I didn't like what I was saying, or I didn't like how long it dragged on. But I'll include this one. So, with that being said, thanks, man. Thanks. All right, guys. So with this being said, take care. Happy trading. We're going into the Asia session. It's been bullish so far, but you want to be cautious when the mentalities trading and the bots trading for the day have are of a different time zone, right? So let's take caution into the last 4-hour close and daily close and see what the weekend brings us. All right, guys. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. See you soon.